There's a sense in which I don't expect the world around to do anything other than mock Christ at some level. The most important thing, and the thing over which as Christians we do have some control and some power, is that the church herself does not mock Christ. And the church, I think, by holding high the name of Jesus, by proclaiming the gospel, by worshiping God in a God-honoring way, by being the church, is a witness against the darkness around us. The light, simply by being light, stands in opposition to the darkness. And I don't know how it plays out in Australia, but certainly in the United States, I think there are Christians who find that sort of church-based approach to be somewhat low energy. They want to transform the culture by a week on Wednesday. And if my analysis of how we got here is broadly correct, what we're up against is a culture that has been centuries in the making. Centuries in the making. It's not going to be turned around by a week on Wednesday. It's probably not going to be turned around in the lifetime of my granddaughter. If it's going to be turned around, it's going to be turned around as the Roman Empire was turned around over several hundred years through Christians being good, faithful Christians in their local churches and their local communities. And I think that's what we need to hold on to. We should be involved in politics. We should vote in accordance with our Christian-shaped consciences. But our primary thrust must be the faithfulness of the church, because if the church is faithful, she is a light to the Gentiles, just by virtue of that fidelity.
Yeah, and it's something that I've said to young people. If you could hear that in 5 generations' time, if each of your generations was faithful to the gospel, that God would bring revival in 5 generations' time, would you be willing to be that first generation? And that's confronting too, because that shows too that even as Christians, we've bought into the immediacy of the cultural moment.
Yeah,
right? That's part of our problem.
Yeah.